Talk about whatever you want to talk about, but there is really still only one topic. And I was talking to George Galloway about it this evening. And let's have a look at some headlines. Iran issues propaganda poster showing slain Commander Qassem Soleimani being hugged by Prophet Muhammad's grandson. Yeah, this has surprised a lot of people who think it's forbidden to show images in Islam, and that would be an image of Hussein, but the Shia take a slightly different stance on this as compared with the Sunnis. And wandering around Iran, you do see lots of posters and pictures that do depict holy people, not so much the Prophet himself, but they would show images of someone like Hassan or Hussein. And the cult of martyrdom was crucial in the foundation of the Islamic Republic and in the Iran-Iraq war. Ayatollah Khomeini issued necklaces with a key on the end of it, apparently, and people would wear it around their neck, and they were told this is the key to paradise. So some people would say that in the Shia tradition, or perhaps the Shia tradition that came with the Islamic Revolution, martyrdom is even more glorified than it has been in other traditions and among other factions. And really, the phenomenon of suicide bombing was quite alien in the Islamic world until the Islamic Revolution in 1979. Prior to that, it was pretty much unheard of. If you want to give me a call, the number is up there, or it should be up there. We are live, and it is 07880 526 445. If you want to ring, I don't mind who, I'll put you on. It was good to speak to Mac the other night. It was good to speak to Callum, who also phoned in. But if anyone else wants to get involved, please dial the number 07880 526 445. And we can talk about anything you want, as I said, but I think this is still the biggest topic going. Let's have a look at what Syrian Girl is saying about this. Syrian Girl, or Syrian partisan. People are getting old videos of people dancing in random countries and claiming it's about Soleimani. Yeah. And I remember the fake news in 2001 on 9/11. They were showing us images of people celebrating on the street in Palestine and telling us that they were celebrating the atrocity that day when the Twin Towers came down. But of course, it was archive footage of people celebrating someone else. That's how evil it could be. And Camille Kellner is saying, what's the number to call? That number again is 07880 526 445. That's if you're in the UK, which many of you are. If not, you need the plus 444. We love to hear from other parts of the world. If you're far away, feel free to give me a call, and it works on WhatsApp, by the way, if you're looking to save money. And Camille Kellner is saying Tower 7. Yes, absolutely. And on the day that Building 7 came down at free fall speed, having not been hit by anything, there was footage shown of Palestinians celebrating, and it was falsely attributed to them. And similarly, Syrian Girl is pointing out that people are showing footage of people celebrating the killing of Soleimani, and it's actually fake footage. But if you want to see crowds, if you want to see masses of people commemorating something, the footage of the funeral of Soleimani was quite something. And that's not really something you can fake. That's not fake news. Look, we hear all the time about how the people of Iran are not happy with their government, and if there's a protest in Iran, we'll hear about it. But did you see the thousands of people lining the street for Soleimani's funeral, commemorating his death, mourning his death? Look, there are some people who celebrated Soleimani's execution, but I don't think there's many of them in Iran. Camille Kellner is saying, did you see that? Iran leader called for it. Okay. So the Ayatollah Khamenei is putting a price on Trump's head, 80 million. Look, there's no doubt that Iran are going to react to this in some way. How could they not? If the second in command of a country is taken out. And I just hope that innocent people aren't harmed because of it, but they've been put in harm's way because of this belligerent act by Donald J. Trump. But if you've got a different opinion, if you think it was a good thing that Trump killed this commander, then give me a call. There's the number, 07880 526 445. I want somebody to argue the other side of the coin. And Mac Persian, if you're watching and you want to give me a call, you're welcome as always. The number's on the screen. So let's have a look at some other reaction to it. Oh wait, here we go. First call of the night. Welcome. Who's this? Welcome back, Mac. Good to have you back on air. What is your take on all of this? Any what has changed in the day since we spoke to you?
My community, but I'm keeping it real. I'm just gonna be real. I can see people going on Instagram posting their pictures, and I'm not born none of that. As I said to you, it's a strategic move, and they pulled it off nicely. But it's rather than having masses of casualties, it's just targeted person. But
so you thought this was a good thing, right? You're one of the few Iranians in the world that thought it was a good thing. What about the thousands in the street, Matt?
One hand, the Americans are saying, his hands were bloodshed, had American bloodshed on it. Like his hands were had American bloods on it, so he had to be taken out. But his hands had ISIS hands on it. So if people can't connect the two there and see that, all right, if he was taking out ISIS, then why is Donald Trump going up and actually giving a speech saying, he's got basically American hands? Well,
yeah, I thought
Americans
ISIS were the bad guys.
Why? Well, that's what it is.
Why has Donald Trump killed a man who was helping him defeat ISIS? Why is killing ISIS in Iraq good, but killing ISIS in Syria bad?
Well, ISIS in general needs to be eradicated. They're the original rats. Like talking about rats.
I know you like to talk about rats. Wherever there are rats, there are cats. Wherever there are cats, there are dogs.
But Iran, I took it as a casual approach to the situation because I'm a bit more Western-minded. But looking back, it's affected. It's echoed through. As I say, I wasn't aware. I was aware what he had done and how much of a high ranking in the hierarchy in the military ranks he was, and what he had done in Iraq and where and I was aware that the millions of people were able to go to the shrines of Ali and Hussein and whatnot because of his sort of security and what the setup that he had. But for me, I'd never been there. I mean, I wasn't visiting, so for me, I had no interest. But in terms of people like that in those countries, they will definitely echo back. But they'll mention. I mean, I was listening to Galloway's what was that talk show he's got?
Yeah, the mother of all talk shows. Every Sunday from 7. Yeah.
Yeah, they're mentioning amazing talk show. I mean, I've always been listening to that anyway. But they were talking about the bombing that happened in Kenya as well, as it happened, which is obviously not. It's ISIS related, with nothing to do with Iran. But I think that was going to occur anyway. I mean, that was something that was. But my point was what we were touched on yesterday was the main thing is the petrodollar. I didn't mention this, but it's the petrodollar, and it's the Strait of Hormuz, which is the main. I mean, at the end of the day, Saddam tried to sell the oil in dollars, and they took him out. Gaddafi, the same thing. I mean, this is what it comes down to, isn't it?
Well, yeah, there's the famous image of people that dropped the petrodollar, and you see what happened to them the year later.
Yeah, that is the thing is, Iranians, they can't, they've been sanctioned so much, so they can't play those games at Iran. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, I was mentioning, like, they do, there's a thing called, I actually messaged you, where it shows that they do cyber attacks. The documentary is called 0 Days. It was from 2016 documentary. Who's
doing cyber attacks?
Israel.
Okay.
Basically, secretly, there's been an ongoing war, which Iran have tried to be smart about it, and they've taken the war, instead of on their turf, they've taken it off their turf to Syria. So rather than let it reach to their turf, this is where it's taken place. And this is one thing I was trying to explain to you, that the UXL, they had these bugs called in 0 Days. If you watch it again, I kind of refresh my memory, but they basically had these little bugs, and then as these Iranian scientists, whether they were being bombed away with these devices, and then as well as that, they had these bugs where it would get the generators or whatever they were working on to kind of overload or give them false readings. Yeah. So if you follow, so this is what you can follow with. So there's been an ongoing war. The psychological warfare has been going on since Khomeini is how he got in position. Really, you know.
For sure.
So it's an ongoing game, but now it's got a bit more physical, which is worrying, because Iran's going to attack in which way?
How do you think Iran will react? I don't think it's a case of if. I think it's a when.
There's a video floating. Iranians are like, you know what? I'm the next Soleimani. Like, at the end of the day, Soleimani is gone. There'll be other people to replace him. For them to be able to land it, Soleimani didn't do it. There's text underneath and working underneath Soleimani that landed that drone, for example, yeah? So it's not even about that. So the next person can step up and take his shoes and probably even do a better job or a worse job, I don't know. But the point is, it's like Iran are a limp dick.
Yeah.
It's after 12.
Yeah, okay.
So they're on it, basically. And that they know was a cause of provocation, but I don't know what the response is. How I didn't expect that it would echo through to surrounding countries like Iraq, and they would be mourning on the streets. I mean, he's known as a great martyr now. So
well, apparently, and there's the image of him Iran issues propaganda poster showing slain Commander Qassem Soleimani being hugged by the Prophet Muhammad's grandson. So this cult of martyrdom is certainly something they're playing into, and he'll be portrayed as a martyr. You can't fake millions of people on the street. You can fake footage of someone celebrating 9/11, but the footage of the mourners at his funeral has got to be legit.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to Iran. Not everybody there supports the government, but it would seem the majority do, and thousands, if not a million, have come out to mourn this general.
Okay, first of all, America pulled a mafia move. And in these sort of games, once you take one of ours, then we take one of yours for the more kind of thing too. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, like your Baha'i friend was saying. The funny thing is, Baha'is are the only probably people that are being threatened in Iran, because the funny thing is they have tolerance for Jews, they have tolerance for Christians, but Baha'is, because for them in Islam, they send them, even Zoroastrians, even though they kind of not worship fire, were fascinated. They said fire provides you with heat and light, so therefore it's a good source. So it's a good invention. Mm-hmm. So it's not so much they were fascinated or worshipped it, but Islam tries to brush it off. They'll worship. But wait a minute, Cyrus the Great was Zoroastrian, and he's in the Bible and in the Quran. So how can you brush it off like that? Do you see what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
But Baha'i is a bit different. It's completely separate. I mean, I don't know too much about it, but I do know, from what I do know, it's probably a part of the Zionist movement, to be frank.
Look, I would be cautious about saying things like that.
Can I ask you, this is one thing I really want to do. What's the difference between anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism?
Right. Do you want my opinion or the International Holocaust Research Centre's opinion?
Both.
Okay. The IHRC want it to be deemed as the same.
Right.
And
which is understandable.
The reality is that anti-Semitism is hatred of Jewish people because they are Jewish, and anti-Zionism is being against the Zionist movement, which is for
I actually watched the conference with Mehdi Hassan in it from Al Jazeera. You know, I think I see. Yeah.
But anyway, you are a Zionist yourself, right? You support Zionism.
Well, it's not Zionism, but I'm not against Israel as a state or a country. I'm for the country, but
then you're a Zionist. I mean, and I don't use that. I don't want to throw the word Zionist around as an insult, because I've met some very decent, friendly Zionists.
No, I don't.
We can differ politically,
I'll call it how I see it. Now, it's not how I feel. I'm not passionate about it. I look at history and I say, all right, Cyrus the Great could have eradicated the Israelites, but instead he helped them and back to their land even. And how? So this is an indication of, okay.
Someone made a good point to me once. He said, why do you have to be anti-Zionist? Why can't you just be pro-Palestinian? Now, I think Zionism...
Wasn't that the Jew? What's the guy that goes into Hyde Park Corner?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Zionist, what's his name?
Joseph. Which is a fair point. And if you read the Balfour Declaration made by Lord Balfour to Baron Rothschild, it says that this will be a Jewish homeland. It doesn't say Jewish state. It says a Jewish homeland, and it must not be at the expense of the inhabitants there. Now, that's the kind of Zionism that I could accept. I don't think there's a problem with acknowledging that the Holy Land is holy to many people, including Jews and Christians and Muslims, but it's when it becomes an exclusivist state. That's the problem.
Okay, this is where I stepped in and I said to you, it's holy to all three religions, but all three religions, Islam has to be excluded. It can't be included because the Prophet has shown us Mecca as our way of being like that is the sunnah of Rasulullah, as the Sunnis would like to say. So if that's the sunnah, so then follow the sunnah. You see what I mean?
Matt, if we take Palestine to refer to the land between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea, which I think is a fair definition, okay, around 50% of the people that live there are Muslim. And maybe 10% or so are Christian, the rest are Jewish. That's just a fact. Those are the people that live there. The unfair...
some of them are forced to be, in terms of, for their reality to change, they're forced to be changing their religion too. So some of them are born into Muslim families and convert to Christianity so they can get that... relief from the Christian aid or Christian help. Does that make sense? So if you're put in a situation, if you've seen your whole family being shot up, okay.
What you're saying that Muslims are becoming Christian in Palestine?
Yeah, because it's obviously becoming a situation where it's apartheid. Obviously, I'm not gonna.
I know, but being a Christian doesn't help you in that region. Whether you're a Muslim or a Christian, if you're a Palestinian, you are suffering the occupation.
I don't know.
There are.
You're in the crossfire. Whatever happens, you're in the crossfire.
Yeah. I've seen an interesting video of Muslims from Hebron in the Palestinian territories who quite possibly actually have Jewish ancestry and are Jewish originally but changed their religion and became Muslim, which is plausible.
Odd. It's odd as well, but it's plausible. To be honest, I could say for me it's unheard of, but I'm not saying it's impossible or it's not possible or you're lying. I probably you're probably absolutely on point, but it's just...
Well, look, we all started out as something. Your family who are Muslim were Zoroastrian before that. People who are Christian might have been Jewish before that.
Yeah, but then I'm Iranian and there's me giving the spiel about saying I'm pro-Israeli, so it can work both ways, I suppose, no?
Exactly. Well, look, shows that you're open-minded. If you've come from one side and you're leaning towards another, this is all part of that search for equilibrium.
I agree totally, and I just feel that I don't know how Iran are gonna react. Let's just hope they have a plan B before Iran can do something severe. At the end of the day,
maybe
it's gonna affect us too in some ways. You think if the petrol can't come through that Strait of Hormuz, it's not gonna. Right now we're paying £1 something, £1.30 or something, or like that, or 40.
Yeah.
And it's gonna sky roof to like probably £2 or £2.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you hit the West where it really hurts. Money. That's what they care about. That's where they could target.
That's the other thing. As I said to you, there's a video circulating in Iran. Iranians are like, you know what? I'll take his place. They're like, I'm sure they got a blueprint in place for his circumstance or any other demises. But let's just see how Iran do retaliate. Whether they bomb the closest, Saudi oils or God knows how they're going to retaliate.
There's lots of targets. I hate to talk morbidly, but there's Bahrain, which has a majority Sunni population with a minority Sunni ruling elite.
If they're smart, they probably stop the Qatar football. That's what.
Here's a good tweet for you from, I think, Notori Carter. As true Torah Jews, we are deeply sorry for the killing of Qassem Soleimani. We extend our condolences to the people of Iran. We condemn this attack. We are with the people of Iran. That will be some of the Orthodox Jewish community who are against the state of Israel. I think it's Notori Carter. David Asher tweeted that.
See, that's sincere. How can you be anti-Semitic when this is how caring they can be as well? You see what I
Look,
I mean, that's words of kindness in a time of hardship for especially the opposition. So
yes.
You can't do anything but commend that.
For sure. Look,
So that's I'm really. But if anything, I feel like that's the only way you can rebuild these bridges again. I mean, at the end of the day, my dad had a terminology we use in Persian. We say, if you want to cut someone's neck off, you cut them wool. Meaning, like, don't be harsh about it. Like, try and be as subtle as possible.
Yes.
But I mean, it starts with. I mean, this is where again. The Jews obviously have no bad intentions, and luckily, like I say, if they have something planned, like not the Jews but the Americans, whatever. I mean, let's hope it affects and weakens the structure of the government. Yeah. And there'll be a change. But let's just see how the actual Iranian people and the nation actually react to it. I mean, for now, obviously, they see him as a martyr, but are they going to step up, or are they going to be diplomatic about it? Personally, from my, I think, because I've mentioned 150 years we haven't attacked, I think they will try and take the diplomatic approach.
I hope so. I hope they're not reactionary. Maybe they will sue the US.
Eye for an eye. There's an eye for an eye. It's really not good. Like,
no, that's right. Well, we were talking about that the other night.
Yeah. So other than that, I mean, as I said, the circulation of that video is worrying in terms of tensions rising in not just in Iran, but in Iraq. But it's madness. So I personally, I was taking a very calm approach to it, if you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not really affected in that such way. I'm just astonished to see how it's affected people and how people I was aware of his. As I said, I'm going to find the other documentary. The reason why he became on the hit list is because he somehow slipped a note. I think it was at the top Pentagon intelligence service. Imagine receiving a note saying, "Look, I was able to get to you this close, but if you continue coming at me, or if you come for me," so they had to take him out. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
This note goes back years, decades ago, and he's been on a hit list for a decade now.
Really, that long?
I'm being serious. I'm going to find you the documentary. I don't know how he managed to pull that off. Slip a note in the Pentagon for security. God knows how he did what he did. But yeah, he's been on the list. They're not going to come and expose. I mean, this one thing. It's been undercover. If it's not cyber attacks, it's psychological warfare. So it's cyber warfare, or you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's gone physical. But for the last decade, it's been, sanctioning. That's partially cyber warfare as well.
Yes.
That's economical.
Sanctioning is an act of war, and people do die as a result of it.
That's economical warfare.
Yeah,
right? That's
right. And Iran has been suffering that for years now, as you say.
Yeah, not receiving proper medical supplies and prices. Yeah,
so under those situations, every Iranian suffers, whether they support the government or not.
Yeah, of course. I mean, now that you've obviously had a lot more. What it says? Trump says he killed to prevent war.
Yeah, that's a Syrian girl. I've got Tulsi Gabbard up there as well. It makes a good point.
So, what's your stance on what you're taking? Are you still? What do you think? Because I think if he stayed alive, he was doing preemptive moves, or I don't know. He's looking to make moves on America, so they prevented any sort of attack. So, in that sense, whatever he had intentions.
Okay. So the Americans killed an Iranian in Iraq for what he was doing in Syria. Have you noticed none of this is happening in America? It's always an away match when America go in to fight.
America, but the only way that secures Israel is to have bases of America around that region. Otherwise, there's no security of that.
I think this was actually to secure Saudi Arabia more so than Israel.
Even so, yeah. Even so, like, either one. At the end of the day, they're smart. They supply Saudis with certain weaponry, but they probably got a higher advanced weaponry for Israel. And they know if Saudi ever decided to move on Israel, Israel's always got the upper hand to it. So it makes sense for them to supply and be there and have bases. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's the Strait of Hormuz. It's basically more or less it's for that power struggle for that.
Yes, the Strait of Hormuz would seem to be the crucial strategic position, and there's Syrian girl saying Trump says he killed Soleimani to prevent war, so I guess when Iran takes out a US vessel in the Hormuz, it will be to prevent a war. Peace through war. That is what we are taught. Yeah, it sounds very much like 1984. War is peace.
See, that's the thing. Soleimani, the future that he had in mind was, I don't think Israel was a part of it. Because if you're saying to me it was commendable what they did, how they would stand down in the Olympics when they're posed to play against a country like Israel, then this is what I'm saying. This already, if that's showing anti-Semitism in a way, maybe it's anti-Zionism, but already that, like, do you not see that?
Well, my position is that it wasn't anti-white to oppose apartheid South Africa when there was a white supremacist government. You can take from that what you will.
The conversation, obviously, I might as well mention how we had about the influence on why Iran was called Persia.
Yeah.
That itself, for me, this is why I'm just saying for the audience, that's so they know. Iranians or Persians that are clued on will know to call themselves Persians because it's Iranian. To call yourself Iranian or Iran, use that word, it was created by, it was a Nazi influence since 1935. So if you Google it, you'll see Iran. So that's what I'm saying. So any Iranians, they've been brainwashed with the Hitler movement. If that makes sense.
Well, it's a fair. I still need to do my research on that one.
Hey Google, what year did Iran change its name?
We just got a.
1935.
1935. There we go.
Summary from the website IranChamber.com. In 1935, the Iranian government requested those countries which it had diplomatic relations with to call Persia Iran.
But if you look into it further, you'll see it was Nazi related.
It was the Nazis. All right, Mac, we'll go back to that on another night. I'm going to sum things up here. I've got a few comments to read out.
No worries.
But as ever, appreciate your influence.
Thank you for your time.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
That's good old Mac there. And Pat is saying Mimi, or Syrian girl, was one of the idiots backing Trump from the pro-Syrian crowd in the election campaign. There is a great irony for all the clowns who were promoting Trump in the last election, and some even said he was anti-war. It's a fair point, Pat. Trump has turned out to be just as bad as Hillary Clinton might have been, and certainly that is disappointing. But can you blame anyone for looking for an alternative to war? And Trump's anti-war rhetoric helped get him elected. So I hope his war actions might get him deselected. Pat is saying Trump was very clear he was pro-war and pro-US military from day one. Was he? I thought he said that the Iraq war was a mistake and that he was going to be America first. But But if you've got information to the contrary, maybe you should give me a call. If you want to get in touch, there's the number: 07 880 526 445. I mean, where is the anti-war option if you are an American? I'm hopeful that it will be Bernie Sanders this time round, but who do you blame for Trump's election? Bernie Sanders might have beaten Donald Trump, but we're going to find out now anyway. Here's a call. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Hello, Julian. It's Pat.
Hello, Pat. Thank you for calling. You got a point on Trump being pro-war.
Yeah, so I can distinctly remember people like Mimi were going down this whole road of the lesser evil versus Clinton and Trump.
Interesting. Okay.
The reality is Trump was very, very clear that he was pro-war. Very clear and very proud of the destruction of Iraq, and said that he would send in what he called the great oil companies to extract even more, because the reality is China has taken more oil from Iraq than the US, and that's left a very bitter taste in Washington. So
Okay.
I do think it's interesting to listen to these commentators like Mimi, people, and all of these so-called politicals on Twitter and whatnot. These people, generally speaking, all oppose Trump, and will say it would be great to get Trump in. Trump's going to be anti-war. It's madness. A US president anti-war?
Well, this is I think America, it's the nature of the beast, isn't it? And if there's a two-horse race, who do you support then? I mean, you can vote for who was the Green candidate, Jill Stein, but she's never going to win. So what do you do? I mean, I'm not an American citizen, so I've never had that.
It's the choice between the devil and Beelzebub.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a decision or a choice.
Yeah.
The problem is the what would be termed the axis of resistance, Iran and Syria, Lebanese Hezbollah.
Yeah.
They have gotten in bed with some very, very nasty characters who seek their destruction behind closed doors and are only aligned to them out of self-interest. So, for instance, I can remember when President Bashar al-Assad invited Nick Griffin to Damascus on numerous occasions, and last year Nick Griffin was skirting around Beirut on the invitation of Lebanese Hezbollah. Do you think Nick Griffin really cares about the sovereignty of the Syrian state and the impending attacks on Lebanon? No, he only cares out of self-interest. But there's so many examples right through to the whole Duganist infiltration of anti-imperialism, and these people, it's almost like they can't see what's in front of them. These Westerners, whether they're left or right, want to destroy their nation states and want to see their nation states subservient to Western nation states. So I struggle with this whole Iranian thing because I just see a lot of hypocrisy now surrounding it. Like Qassem Soleimani. I mean, come on, rest in peace to the man, but let's not forget him, Lebanese Hezbollah. They were inviting the American troops in 2003, the same as the Kurds.
Okay,
So,
very, very good point. And is it the case of the backing the other side, divide and conquer? 10 years ago or so, or slightly longer ago, the Shia were inviting the Americans to come and topple the Sunnis. Now that the Sunnis have been toppled and the Shia are back on top, the Americans are back and they're toppling the Shia and maybe propping the Sunnis back up. I'm speaking in very simplistic terms here, but you see what I'm getting at.
it's not wrong. You're not wrong. And the thing with the Iranians, I wish they would actually practice what they preach, because Ayatollah Khamenei says, sectarianism is fueled by the Americans and the British. Well,
Yes.
if you know that's the case, then it's the tool of divide and conquer. Don't fall into the trap.
Yes. And do you think Mimi is falling for it? I mean, I don't know if she is a Trump supporter, but it seems like she came out in support of Trump during the election. Is that right?
That's right. And look, allying yourself with people like the Minutemen militia, we have to wonder what that's all about. I don't know if you're aware of that, but
Who are the Minutemen militia?
So they're a nativist organization in the United States.
Okay, so white supremacists, right?
That would not be a wrong terminology.
Okay,
and
got it.
This is the contradiction of terms with the anti-imperialist movement now aligning themselves with third positionists. I mean, I used to be very, very pro-Iranian and very pro-actors of resistance, and still am to a degree, but because of the betrayals that they've done with Saddam, and in Libya in 2011, not a lot of people know, but Hezbollah sent their troops over to Libya to fight alongside the very people they will be fighting 2 years later in Syria, the Takfiris. Iran,
Really?
Muammar Gaddafi, and assisted in the destruction of Libya via their propaganda campaign. They're not too far behind Al Jazeera on that front.
Wow.
I have to say, Iran for me has betrayed many Arab nations, and it's sad to say because I am pro-Iranian and I want to see the Iranians defeat the Americans, but this is where I wonder about the self-interest, and if they preach the whole Sunni-Shia unity, but where is it? What was Qassem Soleimani doing? You know, this is the problem. They're not practicing what they preach, and at the same time, listen, I understand the other side as well. You know, the Takfiris, you're never going to get in bed with them, but they were trying to get in bed with them, and they were assisting them in the destruction of Libya. And we know what came off the back of Libya. Look,
That's very interesting.
Algeria.
And Russia didn't lift a finger to prevent Libya happening. That was quite strange.
Yes, that's true. And this week we've seen, the last fortnight, should I say, we've seen Haftar, who's a man not to be trusted, encroaching on Tripoli and getting rid of the Ikhwanis, and then Erdogan sends his Takfiris over there to repel, and no one's lifting a finger on that either. So I think Russia, again, Russia certainly acts out of self-interest, but the problem is the resistance camp across the so-called Middle East has fallen into the trap of hanging on their coattails. And frankly, I mean, we talk about Mimi, and I'm not a leftist or ultra-leftist or anything, but there's a limit, surely, when you're allying with people like David Duke and Nick Griffin, and you're hosting them and doing interviews with them, and you're being pally-pally with them. I have to sit back and think, what the hell is going on there? These people are not your friends. They're not people that care about your slaughter. They're acting out of their own self-interest.
Absolutely. That is a very, very good point, and I appreciate you getting in touch. Please call anytime you can. Your input is always very welcome.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Nice one, Pat. Brilliant. Thank you. There goes Pat. Yeah, it's a good point, and these are strange times we're living in. If you were trying to get through there and the phone line was blocked, once again, it's 07880 526 445. He makes a good point. And if you go down this route of my enemy's enemy is my friend, you'll always get tied up in knots. I have a friend who's a bit of a Kurdish patriot, to say the least, Kurdish nationalist, and also, coincidentally, a very strong supporter of Israel. But we've got a call, an international call. Hello, who's this?
Hi, is this the L4L?
Yeah, this is L4L. This is Lessons for Life, and you're calling from America. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I want to talk to the guy on the that's talking right now.
Yeah. You're live right now. You're through to Julian. We're live on air. Who am I speaking to?
Okay. My name is Brenda.
Glenda. Oh, Brenda. Sorry. Welcome, Brenda. What's your take on all of this?
Well, I just tuned in. Is it about what President Trump ordered for overseas in Iran?
Yes, that's right. The hit on Qassem Soleimani.
Okay, this is how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where shall I start? Okay, with being American, I love President Trump.
Okay.
And the reason I love him is because, let me say this and then I'll say that. It's because before he was even president, I knew President Trump is a big businessman. So you have to look at it from the business perspective. He is going to do what's right for America, and he is he looks at everything from a business perspective.
But hasn't he gone bankrupt several times? Isn't he a terrible businessman? I know his father gave him a small loan of $1 million, but didn't he go bankrupt?
Yeah, he did, but in America, everybody knows the Trump. The Trumps are President Trump. Even before all this, everybody knows him. So, and he's a big businessman.
Must be good then.
Bankrupt, but he's still wealthy. He's extremely wealthy.
Yeah.
So, but you have to look at it from a business perspective. I know the Muslims are mad, and you have a couple of people in the United States that's mad, so what? But from a business
By the way, some Muslims are happy about this. We can't tar it all with the same brush.
I saw on somebody else's YouTube channel that there are some Muslims that's happy about it because they're glad he's gone. But then you have some Muslims that are mad about it. Then you have some Americans that's been rallying and mad. So what? They're the Democrats. They're the libertarians. They're mad. And so, but the majority of people are here in the United States. I mean, we talk about it, but, you know, as long as we're safe, you know, and it's good to have America on your team.
It is, but what if you start paying more for your petrol, for your gasoline, to use an Americanism? Won't that hurt you in the pocket?
Up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this...
Well, it would hurt me in the pocket.
Yeah.
It would hurt me in the pocket, but guess what? I remember something happened overseas about 10 years ago, and gas went up to almost 5... Well, I live in the south of the United States. Yeah. So I remember gas went up to and that was 10 years ago, $5 a gallon. Mm-hmm. I remember that. It was very expensive, and that was way back then. So we're used to, they let us know that it's going to go up. We already know that. So it's went up a couple of cents already.
How high would it have to go for you to vote for an anti-war candidate like a Bernie Sanders?
No. You know what? I almost use profanity, and I don't...
I know. I thought that might upset you. What's so bad about Bernie Sanders?
Well,
Feel the bird.
I was a Democrat for a long time.
Were you really?
And until I really looked at...
What changed?
I realized that the Democrats are not... I'm African-American. I'm a black female and a Christian.
Okay.
And so I realized that the Democrats are not for the black community.
May I ask...
And when I start looking...
Sorry to interrupt you. May I ask, did you vote for Obama?
I did before I really looked into what the Democrats were about. And then I realized, I have to admit, and I have to be totally honest, when President Trump got it, I cried like a baby. I mean, I was crying so hard, my son had to cut the TV off.
Wow.
Because I thought, this man's going to kill us. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Wow, that's not long ago. So you've changed. Has Trump made America great again? Is that why you've converted? You've had this change of heart?
Let me tell you. He is going to get it again. He is going to become president again because he has drastically changed. He's not afraid to do anything. Like President Obama was trying to please certain people, but President Trump is about America. He's not afraid, and that fear is the reason he's not afraid because he's a businessman. He's going to go out there and do his best. Okay. He's not afraid, and he speaks his mind. And the thing is, he's always spoke his mind, even before this. Okay. But the thing is that he's changed a lot. He's improved jobs for Americans, and I'm a stickler for immigration, and so I want him to kick out a lot of people.
Okay, well, his grandparents are from Scotland. His wife is from Eastern Europe. He's an immigrant family himself. How can he lock out other immigrants from coming to the land of opportunity?
Well, I look at it like this. Just like, and I fuss at this TV all the time. If we can't have, I don't believe in open borders because the people that's been coming across, and it's not just Hispanics coming over. People are flying into Mexico from Iran, all the Middle Eastern. We don't call. We do not call Muslim people Asians like y'all do. We call them Middle Easterners.
Okay.
In the United States.
Yeah, Middle
So
people
when y'all
from...
say Asian, we're like, Asian?
Yeah,
That guy's not Asian.
I know.
He's not Asian. We call them Middle Easterners.
And we call chips
people
crisps,
flying
but, you know.
Africa.
Yeah.
People are flying in from everywhere, and they're coming through Mexico to get to the United States. So it's not just Mexicans. And so my thing is, if you come to the United States, you need to come legally. You don't need to slip through the border. And that's the reason they're building the wall. And I'm a stickler for that. I need security. I need to feel safe. And so it's about safety. And I'm sorry if people don't like it, but so what?
No, that's fine. I mean, the refugee crisis in Europe has been accelerated by the wars in the Middle East. Wouldn't Donald Trump be better off staying out of these wars and not escalating them? What good did it do America to get involved in a conflict where the side that's battling Al-Qaeda, Trump has actually just killed one of their team, so to speak? I mean, Iran and the Syrian government are battling Al-Qaeda, and I thought Al-Qaeda were the enemy, or are they your friends again, like they were in Afghanistan 20 years ago?
Okay. This is my personal belief. I wish all of our troops would leave the Middle East. Let them fight their own battle. Let them blow their own stuff. Our troops don't need to be over there. That's the bottom line. I just wish they would just completely leave and let them kill themselves, because they're blowing themselves up anyway. And most of them hate Americans anyway. So
I wonder why. Why do you think they hate Americans, if they do?
Oh my God, that's another whole thing.
I know.
Living in America, and I live downtown in the city, and I worked at a big hospital, and so you have people from everywhere, and so you have people from other countries, and especially when you work in the hospital environment, and this hospital has like 45,000 employees, so you meet all kinds of people. And so the thing is, the ones that come from other countries, they'll tell you. They say, you know what the problem with America is? And I say, yeah, tell me. And they'll say, well, y'all are spoiled. They love to say we're spoiled. Okay. So, but what does that mean? So what? You're here. You like to be here. So I can't stand people that come to the United States and then they complain about the United States. Leave. Like he told Ilhan Omar she needs to leave for real. I wish that they would convict her and send her from my country back to Somalia. I wish they'd send all the Somalians to Minnesota. All those people. Oh yeah, that's right. And a lot of Americans feel that way. It's not uncommon.
I know, about 51%, right? Everyone that voted for Trump.
It's actually more.
Is it?
It's actually more because they didn't ask me.
Well, he lost the popular vote, didn't he? Hillary got more votes than him, but he won more.
Yeah, he and I cried about it.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my God, because we've never had just a regular Joe become president. And
a regular Joe, that'll be the day. You had Bush. Then you had Clinton, then you had Bush, then you had Obama, and you nearly had Clinton again.
But at least Bush and Clinton were in office.
And you nearly had Jeb Bush.
It doesn't matter.
Chelsea Clinton's already getting ready to run for election.
Jeb is another thing. I'm glad he's out. So anyway, we're tired of the Bushes. It's time for their era to be over. It was their time. Bye. But President Trump, I know people are mad with him. Y'all need a President Trump in London because...
Well, we've got one. It's called Boris Johnson.
Well, he's wonderful, and I like it. And you know what? When I look at that Speaker's Corner, I've never been around Muslims in my life. I know a couple of doctors because I worked in the hospital environment, but it terrified me. I would never come to Speaker's Corner because I'm scared.
If you want to meet
the old videos of how they.
If you want to meet Muslim people, don't go to Speaker's Corner. Okay.
It was terrible. It's terrible. The couple that I know from the hospital environment, they're doctors and nurses, and people that's professional. So I know that they don't act like that. But that Speaker's Corner has terrified. It's so many Americans that watch Speaker's Corner, and it's terrifying. And you know what? When Muhammad Hijab had a fight with Jedi. Oh yeah, I know all the characters.
Yeah.
And then when that thing happened, oh my God, it was perfect for America to look at because they said President Trump was right.
Well,
it was terrifying.
If I took Speaker's Corner to be a representation of what life is like in London, it'd be like me telling you I watch Jerry Springer, therefore I know what America's like. You know? Yeah, exactly.
Now that would be crazy. That's the worst of all.
Have you ever been on Jerry Springer, Brenda? Have you ever been on the Jerry Springer show, Brenda?
I would never go to that show.
No?
I watch it though.
You watch it. You sound like you would fit in well in the audio. You're very eloquent. You could, when they go to the audience and they put the microphone, you'd be a great asset to the show.
Well, I would go for comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so crazy and wild.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly hollering at the TV, where do they get these people from, And I would go for comedy only.
I went to Speaker's Corner for comedy for a while, and then I had enough. But I really appreciate you getting in touch. Yeah, I had enough of Speaker's Corner.
Yeah. Well, I want to go one day, but I would be afraid. What's better than it was, with all the characters out there? I would love to go. I'm Christian. I love Hutton. I love Daniel. I love Godwin. I love Kane. I know all of them.
Wow.
And I don't like, what's his name? Aiden Rashid. He's a crybaby.
Okay. What about Bob the Builder? You said you're a Christian. You like Bob the Builder?
I like Bob the Builder.
He's a lovely guy.
I like Bob the Builder. I love... it's a lot of them. Mansour, I don't like him. Makes me sick. And what's the other one? Anyway, they make me sick. But I would love to come see them and look at them. But I want to come when London looks like it's cleaned up a little bit better.
Yeah, and wait for it to get a bit warmer as well.
Is that fair to say?
Is what fair to say?
Huh? Yeah, because it's scary. It's real scary.
No, don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I want to come. And I think that if, that along Speaker's Corner, if they could clean it up, it makes people be afraid, and they would get a lot more tourism.
But look, don't believe everything you see on the internet, all right? Remember, the videos that go viral are the most violent, the most ridiculous. There's a lot of normal, everyday, general conversation that goes on there that doesn't get on camera. And a lot of the best speakers, they don't want to be on camera anyway, actually. They get camera-shy people that have common sense, but they don't have that vanity or narcissism to want to be on camera, So you can find it.
You too. I see you. That's the reason I called in.
No, well,
I love to see who's talking and stuff.
Yeah, well, But
I'm going to let you go because I know...
That's all right. I much appreciate you calling from America. It's our first international call to America. I appreciate it.
Wait, let me tell you this, and I'm going to go.
Yeah.
President Trump, I know people are mad with him, but, with him being our president, he's doing what's best for us. And I do want, the majority of us want all of our troops from over there, just let them fight their own war. Leave all these countries. If it was up to me, every one of our troops will be back in the United States. Let everybody fight their own battle.
Exactly.
It's not our battle, it's theirs.
Yes, well said.
And that's the way I feel. Well, you have a good night, okay?
Thank you very much,
It's nighttime
Brenda.
here.
God bless you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you very much. What a lovely lady. There you go. Show about America attacking Iran. Well, attacking an Iranian in Iran, and we get a call from America. That's wonderful. And if you are trying to get through, the phone lines are open now. Once again, the number, it was up there. I haven't memorised the number yet. How amateurish. Where are we? The number to call is 07880 526 445. If you've got anything to add, gosh, we've covered it all tonight. And it's always nice to hear from someone who has changed their opinion on something. Brenda said that she voted for Obama, was a Democrat all her life, and then saw the light. And Trump did garner support from unlikely corners. Pat, who phoned in, mentioned that Nick Griffin, the BNP leader, the fascist, who's very right wing, obviously, was invited to Damascus a couple of times. He stood with Bashar al-Assad, and people on the left who were traditionally anti-war. There's a lot of strange bedfellows at the moment. A lot of strange allies, and my knee-jerk reaction when all of this happened was America strikes someone in the Middle East. Of course, I'm against it, but there have been some more nuanced responses. Tulsi Gabbard said the president committed an act of war without authorization from Congress. It is a fundamental violation of the Constitution, and Trump's action will drag us deeper into war with Iran that will be far more costly and devastating than the wars in Iraq, Syria or Afghanistan. We must get our troops out of Iraq and Syria. Now, yeah, there's Tulsi Gabbard. There's an anti-war candidate, if ever there was one. But that's the trouble in America. These great candidates come along and then they don't get the backing of the party. They don't get the nomination. Kind of like Jeremy Corbyn